Manja, manja, bon appetit, let's eat. It's time for Tanks Cooks. Manja, manja, bon appetit, let's eat. It's time for Tanks Cooks. It's time once again for Tanks. I got a recipe sent to me by Elizabeth Groom for air fryer steak tip and mushrooms. Now, I don't like mushrooms, and I also found this other recipe for steak bites and potatoes. So I'm gonna take these recipes and smash them together. Yes, that's right. So inspired by Elizabeth Groom's idea for steak tips in the air fryer, I'm gonna make steak tips and potatoes in the air fryer. So we're gonna start off by cutting up some potatoes. Of course, potatoes had to cook longer, so we had to put them into the air fryer first. So let's chop up some potatoes. Chop up the potatoes, taters. Chop it up, potatoes. Rock and chop, 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 rock and chop. All right, there's some rock and chop potatoes, like rock and sock 'em robots. We'll throw them into this bowl here. Rock and chopping. We're rocking and chopping and chopping and rocking. There we go. Alright, so we're going to take about a teaspoon and a half of olive oil. So let's put some olive oil on here. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Mix it in there really good. I think we're running low on this olive oil. Might have to get a new bottle. Alright. We're going to throw some oregano in there. We're going to throw a little bit of this Brookhouse mixture. I like this stuff, and I'm running out. Wish I could find it again. It's got salt, pepper, onion, garlic. We're going to throw a little garlic in here, of course. Alright, we're going to do a little accent, of course. Accent to wake up these food flavors. Ooh. There we go. A little pepper. A little bit of salt. And, well, let's mix this up a little bit. Spin it around, rock it around, take it around. Oh yeah. Spinning. Get the spices all on the potatoes. All right, we've been preheating the basket at 450, so we're going to cook this on its own for 15 minutes at 450, and then we'll add in our steak. All right, we got these sirloin steak tips. We're going to be opening them up, and we're going to be cutting them into bite-sized pieces. There we go. Let's open these up. Get these steaks into bite-sized pieces. Let's trim this little bit of fat off over here first. Trimming the steak a little. Trimming the steak just a little. There we go. Yeah, trim this off just a little bit. Because we're going to be cutting it into bite-sized pieces. Yes. Da da da. Do do do. All right. Just a little bit of this fat off. Boo boo boo. Get a little bit of that. Get this a little bit more off. There we go. Make it extra lean. Got a little bit of chunk here too. We're going to cut this into bite-sized pieces. These are making sirloin steak tips and potatoes. All right, so let's trim the steak into bite-sized pieces using our trusty knife here. Dee-dee-dee. Da-da-da-bum-bum-bum. All right. Cut across the end here. Sanity. Bite-sized pieces. Cutting it into bite-sized pieces. You know, sometimes it's just easier just to use the kitchen shears. Saves you from shears. There we go. Kitchen shears. These things are magical. We have to cut off a little more fat. There we go. Cutting up the cake, cutting up the steak. We don't want to make a mistake when we cut up the steak. Alright, we got our steak already. Now we're going to put it into the same bowl. We're just going to be using basically the same mixtures. Let's see if there's any more of this olive oil left. Or do we have to get in a new one? Empty. Alright, so we'll get a little bit extra olive oil. There we go. Now we're going to put some spices. Of course we're going to use accent. I mean, come on. You didn't think we use accent? Bum, bum, bum. We're also going to use a little bit of this Worcestershire sauce. Just a little Worcestershire sauce. We're also going to put in, don't tell anybody, it's a secret, onion soup mix. This mixture of spices, some steak seasoning. Alright, steak seasoning. Well, here we go. A little bit of minced garlic. There we go. Now we're going to mix it all together, spin it around, turn it around, look at that. Mix it up really good. Get the steak to absorb all of those ingredients and spices, quite nices. Alright. Alright, now that we got the potato just about ready, we're going to add our steak into the air fryer. Mix it around a little bit so they kind of like even out, flip them around, spin them around, turn them around. And we're going to try to make this a medium rare. So we're going to cook it for about 6 minutes at 400. And we'll see how it looks. Right, give it about 2 minutes left. I'm going to give this a little shake. Shake it up, spin it around, flip it around. I'm going to throw a little bit of garlic butter on here. It's like, just to make it a little more zesty and besty. Yes, throw some garlic butter on here. Alright. Shake it up again. See how we're looking. Okay, we might want to just get a little trusty thermometer. Stick it into one of the steak bites. See what our temperature is raging at. All right, 133, medium rare, perfect. So we'll take it out, we'll put it in a bowl. We'll put a little more garlic butter on there at the bottom of the bowl. And we'll let it sit for 5 minutes. And then we'll get ready to plate our meal. Steak tips, steak tips. Gonna get some steak tips, steak tips, steak tips. Pour some of that juice in here. And there we go. Time to plate the meal. Oh, time to plate the meal. Let's stir this up a little bit. Get some steak potatoes onto the plate. Time to plate the meal. 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 All right, let's see how these steak tips came out. Nice and tender, an absolute success. Merging 2 recipes, inspired by the one that Elizabeth Groom sent me, and his other recipe. I think I found this one on my own. So if you want to send me any recipes, send it to njtank99@gmail.com. And don't forget, manja, bon appetit. Let's eat.